everybody, I'm Lizzie. Very nice to meet you all. Welcome to my very first video blog, or vlog. So I'd like to talk to you today about job interviews. I had one this morning, so they're kind of on my mind, and I was wondering what everybody else thought. I mean, I just came out of the military, and I haven't gotten a job yet. I mean, I haven't really been overly actively searching, but, you know, I'm kind of transitioning. So I've done all this research, and we had to go through this class as we were getting out, and, you know, there are a lot of things that are expected of you. They, or people you've heard from, people who you've worked with, maybe you've interviewed people before, you know, all of these things conform to their idea of what an interview should be like, how you should dress, how you should talk, what kind of jewelry you should wear, how you should wear your hair. Do you wear makeup if you're a girl? Do you not wear makeup? Do you wear jewelry? What kind of outfits do you wear? How do you carry yourself? How do you sit? There are so many little intricacies that go into an interview. But I mean, what does it really get you? I mean, really, honestly, what does it get you? You go in and you do exactly as you're told. You follow all the steps, the tips, the tricks, the suggestions. But you know who you're not? Yourself. I mean, really, who goes into an interview acting like themselves? I know theoretically it's supposed to be your best self or your professional self, but I mean, really, who acts like that on a normal day of work? Not one person acts normally on their interview, if they are the interviewee, as they would act at a typical day in the office. Okay, take my interview this morning, for instance. I went in. My hair, pretty much like this. My makeup was pretty much like this. My glasses were like this. Granted, I didn't wear my Mega Man t-shirt. Say hello to my little friend. You know, I went in with a gray suit jacket and a beautiful, like, gray blouse and tan pants. I sat the way I was told. I wore my hair down, which you're not supposed to do. My earrings are technically bigger than I should have been wearing. And you know what? I didn't care. My interview went really well because I fit into the idea of what they think is best for their company. I mean, maybe I got the job and maybe I didn't. I don't know. I won't hear back until Monday. But think about it. You don't interview in a stock way. There are all these stock things that you get taught when you go to an interview, but you don't interview that way. You're supposed to cater to your interviewer, because the bottom line is you're going to get hired based off of their idea of whether or not you will fit in with the company's ideals and with the rest of the coworkers. I mean, take for instance a family-owned corporation who hires for part-time work but looks to promote from within and presents a business casual to business professional front that works with plenty of bigger name companies, like Fortune 500 companies, and who does customer service, sales, etc., etc. Okay, if you go in there, you can talk impressively. You can be completely everything that they would look for technically, but if you're stiff, if you're uncoordinated or unwilling to open up or talk, you're not going to get hired. I mean, they're looking for somebody who they consider close, who they consider open and warm and friendly. And they're not going to hire somebody if they're advertising that they're a family-like environment and that they like to promote a healthy relationship between coworkers if you seem like you're closed off and antisocial. I mean, seriously, if you're going to go in there and sit like this, or if you sit like this, and your legs are crossed and you look really anxious, they're not going to hire you. They're just going to think you're really uncomfortable. And chances are they're not going to think you're going to lighten up. I mean, I wouldn't anyway. And everybody's different. And see, that's the thing. You can't just go into a job interview and try to be your idea of perfect. You have to be somebody else's idea of perfect. I mean, does that bother anybody else? There are plenty of people who work really, really hard, who are fantastic, and they're great at their jobs, but they're not what people would typically consider to be perfect fits for that particular job. I mean, everybody's different. Why does it have to be some sort of, it's like a first date? Oh my gosh, it's exactly like a first date. You go on, and you present this awesome front because you're not really sure how to take the other person, and then everything's kind of super awkward for the most part. I mean, my interviews aren't really awkward. I don't know how to be somebody else, so I just kind of laugh everything off and I talk about my own personal experiences. But still, I mean, I do that on first dates, and there are some people who interview great. Don't get me wrong. I think I interview well. I could probably do better. I get nervous and forget things, but everybody does. But, like, it's the same kind of pressure, except for a first date, you can live being lonely for a while. You can't live without money. Jesus. It's just this huge racket. Like, I feel like everybody should just hire based off of qualifications. You could be really personable. That would be great. But if you're not qualified, then what does it matter? And that's where the interview process really comes in. But the problem is then people start to hire based off of whether they like you or not. But just because they like you doesn't mean you're going to be good at the job. Now I'm rambling on. I guess that's the point of a video blog, is to ramble, but anyway, that's besides the point. I had a job interview today, and I think it went really well. Okay. Now I'm just at a loss for words. Checking out, signing off. Till next time.